Well, good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the M-Bank Arena here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. It is the second semifinal of the BCL Asia East Final Four as a rematch of round one of last season when the Broncos ended up losing to Pelita Jaya. Will history repeat itself, or can the Broncos, in front of their home crowd, relive and learn to try and get to the BCL Asia 2025 edition that will be hosted in the City of Gold, Dubai, in just over a week? Well, we've already seen Taoyuan Pilots qualify with a victory over New Taipei Kings. First team from BCL Asia East to book their tickets, and one more will join them tonight. And in Group B, it will be the other undefeated team, Broncos, up against second place, Pelita Jaya. Well, first meeting this season, second meeting in total. Remember, they met last season in round one, and it was Justin Brownlee who did lead Pelita Jaya to a very big victory that prevented the Broncos from going to round two. Pelita Jaya would then go on and qualify for the 2024 BCL Asia, as now they look for their second consecutive season to do just that. Well, again, we'd like to welcome all of our fans watching live on FIBA's YouTube platform. Of course, this is the BCL Asia East. It's been a total of 24 games, 5 windows, 2 groups, 8 teams in total, and now we're here in the Final Four. Second semifinal. Which team will be joining Taoyuan Pilots? Well, Pelita Jaya, the defending champions of the Indonesian Basketball League, now in the middle of the regular season, while the Broncos, currently defending champions of the Mongolian domestic basketball scene known as the League. Well, as the name implies, this is the BCL Asia East, Basketball Champions League Asia East. And it is indeed a battle of two champions that want to go to Dubai to play against the champions of the B-League, Utsunomiya Brex, the champions of the CBA, Changsha, and also the champions of both the PBA and the KBL, Changwon LG Sakers and Merauke Bolts. Well, we're going to get set to introduce the two teams tonight. No doubt many PJ fans watching back in Indonesia. Of course, selamat siang to all of our fans watching live on FIBA's international YouTube platform, Semangat Pelita Jaya. Well, we're going to start here with the starting lineups, and of course the overall lineup. Iqbayar coming into the game, but the next play to come out, number 3, Badaspol, the Batar Erden, who's been a key instrumental player from their opening game against New Taipei Kings in the third window of BCL Asia East. Well, there you just saw Sarul Erden come out, but here comes the youngster, regarded as the future of Mongolian basketball. That is number 7, Azbayar. Of course, once a Taekwondo champion in his very young early days. Well, this team, of course, a very good blend of both domestic Mongolian players, but also some very high international talent as their import players. Well, Toshek Elbeg, well, he's got to have a big game tonight. There he is. He's been a very monumental and tangible player for the Broncos, helping them win the championship in the league. Well, there's Jordi Chimanga, only signed to play BCL Asia East. Of course, last season did play for the Formosa Dreamers, or the Kaohsiung Steelers, in the Plus League. And there's Jordan Tolbert, final man to come out, the great Ian Miller. Probably one of the better backcourt point guards, very much a combo scoring point guard, and a heavy fan favorite. They love him here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Well, there you have it. The Broncos' entire roster fit and healthy, and now it's time to introduce Pelita Jaya. Well, Muhammad Origi will be the first player to come out here for PJ. Also, predominant three-point shooter. There is Yesaya Saudale. Chris was a member of Chris McCullough. Man who did play in the Philippine Basketball Association, also played in Lithuania for Ritas Vilnius after being drafted in the NBA. Well, the national team hero, Agassi Gontara, won't be going to the FIBA Asia Cup this summer, but he'll be hoping that his team do go to Dubai. Well, Aldi Rackman and Reggie Mononimba. Well, who needs Reggie Miller when you've got Reggie Mononimba playing for PJ? Well, there is the greatest three-point shooter in the history of PJ history, Vincent Rivaldi Kosasi. And Gontara also coming out, making a return. But here's the new signing, Jeff Withey, another former NBA player, now making his debut here for Pelita Jaya. Jeff Withey playing for the Utah Jazz and the New Orleans Pelicans in the NBA. Vast experience playing, of course, in the Spanish ACB with the likes of Serna Bilbao. And Ja'Cory McLaughlin, the final import player to come out for the lineup. There you have it, Pelita Jaya. the defending champions of the Indonesian Basketball League, defeating their arch rivals Satria Muda last season in a 3-game exciting series. PJ, they've got to do one more thing. Win tonight, and of course they will go again for a second consecutive season to the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Well, both sets of coaches shaking hands with each other, knowing the imperative importance of this game tonight. Well, we'd like to welcome all of our fans watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. If you are watching this game live, please hit that like button. Well, we have 3 of the very best. Daegu Urashima, along with Park Kyung-jin and Alexei Stepanenko, coming from Kazakhstan, Japan, and Korea. Well, Daegu Urashima has just come off the back of refereeing the Japanese B-League Finals at the Yokohama Arena, where Utsamia Brex will be joining one of these 2 teams at the BCL Asia. Well, a big thank you to all of our referees as now we look at PJ's started lineup. Agassi Gontada will be in the backcourt along with the likes of Ja'Cory McLaughlin. Audi Rackman will have to play small forward tonight along with Vincent Kosasi. Well, there's going to be heavy emphasis on Chris McKellar, the former Brooklyn Nets player. Well, it's going to be a very tough game for PJ. Of course, without the likes of Brandon Jawato and Nakawa Prostawa, and even KJ McDaniels and James Dickey, but there's head coach Justin Tatum. Of course, now joining PJ after having a very successful stint in the Australian NBL with the Illawarra Hawks. Coach played professionally from 2003 to 5 in the Netherlands for a team called Addis Leeuwarden. Well, Ian Miller will be in the backcourt along with Sarul Erdem. Barspo will probably be the primary point guard. Asbayar playing power forward, so a slightly smaller lineup here for the Broncos. But one thing is for sure, they have the energy from the home crowd. These Broncos fans are going to try to give them everything from the start to the end. Well, he made his debut as head coach after being the assistant head coach at Bolt in the Chinese Taipei window, where they had that historic win against New Taipei Kings. Remember, Broncos, like Taoyuan, the only undefeated teams here in BCL Asia East. Well, we're now moments away from tip-off, just under 2 minutes. And again, welcome to everybody watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. If you're watching BCL Asia East with us live, hit that like button on this live stream. Subscribe to FIBA on YouTube, and make sure you follow BCL Asia on Instagram, Facebook, and X to get you all the best news, content, and highlights that matter to you most. Because we're now in the 2nd season of BCL Asia, and what a ride it's been. Because BCL Asia East, it's a revamp of what was last season known as BCL Asia Qualifiers. Of course, we've had great teams coming from Chinese Taipei, Indonesia, Thailand, Mongolia, Singapore. But at the end, 24 games, 5 windows, 2 groups, 8 teams. And now we're here in the Final 4. And just think about it, in over a week's time, we'll be going to Dubai. Well, the coach is now just getting in some final words with their players. Because it's going to be a tough battle in the backcourt for Pelita Jaya. As mentioned, injuries have been sustained to the great Nakawa Prostawa. Then they lost Brandon Jawato. No KJ McDaniels or Anthony Bean. And also, you got to think, with James Dickey out, that's why they had to bring in Jeff Withy, excuse me. The Broncos, though, they have a combination of great domestic Mongolian players, some young rising talent when you talk about Asbayar, but also 3 very exceptional, 3 very experienced import players in Jordan Tolbert, Ian Miller, and Jordi Chimanga. Well, a message to the majority of Mongolian fans, to Indonesian fans watching live back in Jakarta, wherever it may be. Selamat malam dan selamat datang. Namaku Josh Taruhan. Welcome, everybody. Well, the target for Pelita Jaya, they've got to be able to not turn the ball over. Like I said, without a natural point guard tonight, it's going to be a tough task. Well, Ja'Cory McLaughlin's in there, but he's very much an off-guard combo player. Tonight he's going to have to play well over 30 minutes for head coach Justin Tatum. And the same goes for Jordan Tolbert. The battle against Chris McCullough, and not to mention Jeff Withy. Welcome everybody live here at the M-Bank Arena in the beautiful capital city of Mongolia. Ulaanbaatar. This is the BCL Asia East second semifinal. Well, it's going to go out of bounds. I think the Broncos are going to keep this one. So it's going to be Broncos ball on the baseline. Only 14 seconds on the shot clock. PJ looked like they're going into a 2-3 zone, and Kosasi gets ahead to it. Agassi wants to run with this one. Well, McCullough was wide open, and it gets rejected. Well, Agassi may have taken too long to get the ball to McCullough, but great defense by Jordan Tolbert. Well, Tolbert just said, not in my house. PJ looking for the first field goal. McLaughlin pulls up from 17. In and out, can't get it. Rebound secure by Ulaanbaatar. Because Broncos really have set the tempo here in Group B. As mentioned, the only undefeated team in that group. Ulaanbaatar, got it by McLaughlin, finds Azbayat. Three in the corner is up, and it's good. And the M-Bank Arena erupting as the league champions. Of course, getting off to a good start. Agassi having to play point guard. Remember, the absence of Prostawa and even Brandon Joato, along with KJ McDaniels, who I would argue has been the most valuable player here in BCL Asia East. Agassi splits the defense. Again, way off the mark. Good defense by Azbayat. And now here come the Broncos. Well, there's a clear mismatch for Jordan Tolbert. Rackman trying to remain strong with him. Tolbert goes baseline. Little step back from 15. Oh, it's good. JT has come ready to play. You kind of felt that Tolbert should have taken advantage. Now, Battisball comes up with it. Bit of contact, and he misses the layup. Well, great work by McLaughlin. PJ still looking for that first field goal. McCullough now puts the ball on the ground. Goes in around the defense. Tough move by the former NBA player. Of course, it was round one in the BCL Asia qualifiers. We were live here with these two teams. A very close game, sold out capacity arena. Azbayat tries to catch it mid-air. Comes up with a loose ball. Broncos will get it back. Patient pass to now Miller. Thinks about going for a three, but he draws the foul on Audi Rackman. Well, that's always going to be the challenge for Pelita Jaya against Ian Miller because he has such deep range on his three-point shot. Rackman's got to close him out. And there's not many backcourt players that are going to be able to recover in that position here in BCL Asia East. Settle dead. Goes for a three contested. But again, Azbayat doing the dirty work. Well, Azbayat, only 20 years old and battling with McCullough. PJ struggling without that natural point guard. McLaughlin gets his pocket picked, and I think that's going to be a turnover, yeah. And this is what was expected. Without KJ McDaniels, because already injuries to the likes of Prostawa and Joato. PJ needs stability here in the backcourt. Battisball trying to run circles around the defense. Miller wants to attack. Step back three is up. And again, Azbayat. Well, he just wants this one a little bit more, the young fella. Now McLaughlin wants to go to the defense. Broncos fans trying to get into this one. The chance of defense coming up. Well, Agassi goes for a three in the corner, can't get it. Kosasi battling, giving PJ another chance. McLaughlin penetrates. Draws the foul, he'll go to the free throw line. That's much better. Well, PJ's backcourt have got to find ways to attack the gaps, make the Broncos defense collapse. Well, Ja'Cory McLaughlin started his university career in the NCAA at Oregon State. Scored 312 points in his freshman season. Spent the bulk of his career playing in the NBA G League with the Santa Cruz Warriors, also with the Texas Legends. Of course, did play 4 games in the NBA with the Dallas Mavericks. Because his first experience of international basketball was with the Otago Nuggets in the New Zealand League. 3-point lead still to the Broncos. Kosasi, not quite sure he needs to pick up Jordan Tolbert in the full court because Tolbert's going to go right by him. Kosasi's a valuable player to this team, but Jordan Tolbert's not necessarily going to be that much of a threat in the open floor unless you really get up on him. You've got to maintain that discipline. Sadoleh Den. Now Tolbert finding Miller. Miller wants to attack, spins. Good help side by McCullough, but again, too much help side. As young 20-year-old prospect Azbayah makes them pay. Now McCullough going coast to coast, goes in, counted. He's going to the free throw line for the 3-point play. Oh, this is what you have to appreciate about Chris McCullough. Is this man can go coast to coast in the open floor. And I think one of his steps might be 3 of mine, and that's what makes him tough to defend. Well, change coming into the game here for the Broncos. There's now Sandadorj checking in. Chris McCullough, 1 year playing in Syracuse. That was back in 2014-15, as mentioned. Started in the NBA, 24 games with the Brooklyn Nets. Converts a 3-point play. Kozachi's first time playing international basketball was in the Chinese Basketball Association with Shanxi, then played in the Philippines for the historic San Miguel Beermen. 2-point lead still to the Broncos. Miller's got time and space. Well, you don't go under the screen against Ian Miller. You got to chase him. 5-point lead to the Broncos. McLaughlin attacks. No foul called. Kosasi fighting for the rebound, but Broncos come up with it. As Batispol has options. Just avoiding that one from going out of bounds. See, Rackman's got to avoid going under the screen. Foul's going to be called against McCullough. Well, that's a very intelligent play because McCullough, it's not that he's out of position, it's just the ball moves so quickly. And there you can see that time, Sandadorj just goes baseline. It's any contact is going to be called. Triple change coming in. Quintana along with Sal Dale, and a BCL Asia debut for the former New Orleans Pelicans player Jeff Withey. Well, PJ have the size. There's no arguments. Where PJ's going to struggle now, McLaughlin's going to the bench. This is where they're going to be tested. Because the question is going to be, it's probably Agassi that's going to play point guard. Batispol finds Tolbert. Goes with Withey. Good defense. No foul call. Contested 3 is up. Counted! It's big time at the M-Bank Arena right now, making the electricity come to life. Well, just listen to the fans here. Withey wants to go at Tolbert. Trying to fight his way in. Tough pass. Agassi off one screen. That's a good spin. Good move, but he's unable to finish. 8-point lead currently to the Broncos. Just under 5 minutes here in this first quarter. Miller one more. Batispol had the 3. Good closeout by Saudale. Goes in. He's unable to get the out. Oh no, it's an offensive foul. Well, I'm not sure if it was a hook or a push. Let's have a look at the replay. Watch this. There's a spin out. Oh, there. The chicken wing. Good call. But I got to tell you, that's great defense by Yesaya Saudale. Well, Coach Justin Tatum's done a very good job settling in. Remember, they're in the first position in the Indonesian Basketball League, right ahead of Dewa United. This is where PJ probably would benefit having Agassi Gontara as the primary point guard. Besides a great energy player. Chimanga matching up in. There's a kick out. Saudali, three. It's up. Gontara comes over the rebound. Agassi was wide open. Withy keeps this one alive, but Chimanga just a little bit more aggressive. Well, Chimanga, of course, thought he was injured in the last window. Now trying to battle. Good defense by Withy. Nice pass goes in, and PJ's defense just got caught napping. And I think Justin Tatum seen enough. Down by 10, he's got to call timeout. And listen to the Mongolian basketball fans. Well, PJ's help side defenders. Everybody took their eyes off Sandadorj. Well, timeout's called. We'll be back in just under 2 minutes. 3:39 to go here in the first quarter.
We got him by himself on that one. Keep running offense. Man, if you don't know it, you cannot play. Guys, who I tell you got? Augusta, get him. All right. Now listen, going on the backside. Let's go shallow again. All right, AR, you're going through C-Mac. Come in here. You're going to the corner here. Shortcut. Whoever got to catch, pass it to C-Mac. Give it to AR. Go screen across for Jeff, and then come up. Then come up for the screen. We can get downhill anytime we need to. Play off two, make layups and pick up. Stop ball watching.
Hey, we practice harder than we playing right now.
Way harder. You ain't saying shit. Come on. We're not saying anything. Let's go. Come on. Defense. Win the 2 minutes.
Welcome back, everybody, live here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, here at the M-Bank Arena. This is the BCL Asia Final Four. Taoyuan Paiyan Pilots booking their tickets to Dubai in just over a week. One of these two teams will join them. Well, now Muhammad Origi into the lineup. PJ trying to experiment with anybody that can really take care of the pressure in the backcourt. Withy with a post up. Takes a bump. Chimanga not giving that any chance of an and one. But this is good for PJ as they'll go to the free throw line. Well, that's what they're going to need tonight from Jeff Withy, because they only just played in the Chinese Taipei finals with Taipei Fubon Braves against Taoyuan. Because last season played in the Korean Basketball League with Wonju DB. After 3 seasons playing in the Spanish ACB with Sona Bilbao in the Basque Country. I think most people know his time in college playing for Kansas and then playing with the Pelicans and the Jazz and also the Dallas Mavericks. Second one good. 9-point deficit. Broncos don't want to take their foot off the pedal. They have the momentum. Trying to find Chimanga now. PJ, of course, is trying to work around as they go into a matchup, man-to-man defense. Saudali comes up with it. Drawing the foul very quickly. That's the thing about Yesaya Saudali. He just has such an explosive pace to him. Drawing the foul against Ink Bayar. Well, with 3:03 to go, here's where Pelita Jaya's got to take advantage. They have one foul to give. Any more fouls against Broncos, PJ will go to the free throw line. Saudali makes the first one. Yesaya. Was 25 years of age, was a part of PJ's team that did win the IBL championship and also played in BCL Asia last year. Started his career in the IBL 2021 with the Indonesia Patriots. 7-point lead currently here to Broncos. So now Muhammad Origi matching up with Ian Miller. Remember, PJ's got one foul to give. Miller goes for a three-hand in his face, but no problem. Ice cold Miller. Oh, he had Chris McCullough's hand in his face, but still was able to get that one to drop. McCullough goes baseline, bit of contact. Well, good fight by Baderspold. No foul called. And now here come the Broncos, leading by 10. Well, Guntara getting a hand to it. PJ need to calm down here, get something good in the half-court set. McCullough trying to use the sides. Bit of contact. Again, just tough play. PJ's got to take advantage, just get more second chance points, more offensive boards. Chimaga goes up against Withy. Good defense by Withy, avoiding getting called for the foul. Soundali in the corner, pump fakes. Finds Guntara. Well, tough jump hook by Jeff Withy. Outside the key, almost right next to the double block. Now we're over 90 seconds. Good hustle by Origi. It's now Ja'Cory McLaughlin. So PJ going smaller now. McCullough coming into the game. Excuse me, McLaughlin coming into the game. McCullough taking a breather. Is now Sandadorj also going to the bench. And Jordan Tolbert. So this is interesting. While PJ's gone slightly smaller, Broncos have gone with a bigger lineup. Guntara matching up with Tolbert. While Chimaga trying to play tough post play here. Good job by Withy. And a foul is going to be called, so that's going to be another trip to the free throw line for PJ. You got to remember, Jordy Chimaga is probably one of the most dominant centers, especially playing that back-to-the-basket post-up game. Withy seems to have a good matchup against him. Tushig El-Beg subbing into the game. It's going to be a little breather coming up for Baderspold. Oh, no, excuse me, Iqbayad. There's now McLaughlin at the free throw line. Well, PJ have attempted 8 free throws here in the first quarter. They've only missed 1. Is that going to be a stat line to be talking about come fourth quarter? McLaughlin makes them both. Now a little bit of full court pressure coming from Pelita Jaya. Well, good job. McLaughlin comes up with it, goes in, and he avoids the block. Counted! Well, big time defensive play. And the 1-2-2 full court press, enforcing the turnover. But look at Soundali. This is how you convert turnovers into fast break buckets. Converts a three-point play. Now indeed a 7-0 run from Pelita Jaya. Well, Tolbert that time flashing to the middle, trying to help break down the press. As I said with the Broncos, when they're up by 10, don't take your foot off the pedal. Not against the defending champions of the IBL. Tolbert calling for a call-out. Tries to force his way in, can't get it. And McLaughlin comes up. Now, paging goes quickly. They could get a 2-for-1. Well, now they have the switch on defense. Withy's got a mismatch. Guntara fakes the pass, can tie it up. Oh, they should have gone to Jeff Withy after they set that screen. There was a mismatch. Broncos still looking for something. 6 seconds difference. Great work here by Chimango. Counted. Jordy, Captain Canada. And I thought he was maybe a little too late to try and get that contact when Withy got off the ground, but that's what I'm talking about. Old school, back to the basket, post-up play. Well, he's almost like a left-handed. Well, he is very much a modern-day Admiral David Robinson style of play. Because what a fantastic career he's had, featuring in the Canadian CBL, which is very much a summer league for pros all over the world that try to find. It's a very elite league, to say the least. Was unable to convert the three-point play. 10 final seconds. Jaya down by 5. Agassi's got to go quick. Finds McLaughlin. McLaughlin still keeps it in his hands. Doesn't get it off in time. Well, that is where they're missing the point guard, because Agassi, that time there, he's a terrific player, but you cannot wait with 10 seconds. Well, that's the end of the first quarter. We'll leave you with some stats and some highlights, and we'll be back momentarily. Welcome back, everybody. Live here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia at the M-Bank Arena, the Final Four of the BCL Asia East. The winner tonight between either Pelita Jaya or the Broncos will be heading to the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Well, it's currently a 5-point lead to the Broncos. The Broncos have the upper hand at the moment from the perimeter, currently shooting 4 out of 8. I'd say one positive sign from Pelita Jaya. Only 3 turnovers, 1 less than, of course, the Broncos. Kosasi back in the game. Oh, McCullough make that turnover number 4. Good defense by Chimanga. Chimanga keeps us alive. And in the end, it's going to be a foul. That could be between either Gonzaga, McLaughlin, or McCullough. Well, Chimanga does a magnificent job of not turning that one over. Asbaya leading scorer so far with 5 here for the Broncos, also back in the lineup. Miller also re-entering play here in the second. Defended by Audi Rackman. Keeps this one alive, pulls up from 15, a little too short, but gets his own rebound and still misses. Well, McCullough having to play point forward. Fontana penetrates, finds a bit of separation. And the Indonesian national team player cutting it down to 3 points. Good move by Agassi Gontada. Well, this is just like last season in round number 1. This game went right to the wire, but it was Justin Brownlee who called game in the 4th quarter. Miller kicks out. So they're dead. Now goes for a step back. 3 is up. Big time 3. Make that number 5 for the Broncos. Standing their lead back to 6. 5 out of 9 for the perimeter for the Broncos. Now McLaughlin. Jaya yet to hit something from downtown tonight. That's a good look by McLaughlin. Well, Batisbold. Chimanga's made 2 so far here in BCL Asia East. That time not close. McLaughlin's waiting for Kosasi to roll on that one. Another 3 goes missing. You kind of get the impression Jaya might be a little bit more effective, more dangerous in the open court. Asbayad made the opening 3 of the game, goes for another one. Here's where Jaya should try to take advantage. McCullough pulls up again from 15. And again, nothing going. Well, both teams trying to battle through this barren spell. Remember, the winner tonight, we'll see them in over a week's time in Dubai for the 2025 BCL Asia. Well, nice bout. Good defense by Rackman. Now McLaughlin looking to go at Asbayar. Bumps, but again, the 20-year-old with the rejection. Kosasi, well, does magnificently to keep that in bounds. And now Audi Rackman, wide open. McLaughlin offensive board, but a foul's going to be called now. I don't think that's on Chimaga. I think that one's going to be called against, Battisbold. Well, Chimanga does a good job there because what he does prevents that from potentially being an @1, which already McLaughlin got one of those tonight. And McLaughlin now will go to the charity stripe. Well, he's Pelita Jaya's leading scorer this evening with 7 points. Because he's averaging 15.5 so far since joining Peje. Had 24 points in his opening game at BCL Asia East against Taoyuan. And that's only his 5th free throw so far here in the competition. And he missed the second one. Broncos still lead by 5. Almost 3 minutes played here in the second quarter. Tolbert got it by Kosasi. He tries to bully his way in. He draws a foul. I think the situation with that call is Kosasi may not. We'll have to see the replay. Let's have a look here. Watch Kosasi. And I'd have to agree with that one because Kosasi's in no position to take a charge. He's got his forearm out, so nonetheless, still a very tough one. Well, Tolbert at the free throw line. Was unable to hit the first free throw. Well, he saw his former team, Taoyuan Pilots, qualify already. Because he played for them in 21-22. He played 20 games in the Chinese Taipei Plus League. Spent most of his career, especially in this part of the stage of his career, in Chinese Taipei. McLaughlin looks to attack. Splits a defense. And Ja'Cory McLaughlin might just be the most dangerous player on the floor. Because where the Broncos have got to be worried when he does that possession. Look, there's too much space inside the paint. Asbayard. Because you got to take into consideration, Pelita Jaya haven't made a three-pointer tonight, so I don't think you need to be too concerned on the overhelp side defense. But one thing you do need to be concerned about, McLaughlin getting inside the key. Jeff Withy coming back into the game. Chris McCullough going to the bench. McLaughlin missing the second free throw. Cutting it down to a 5-point deficit. 9 points tonight for Ja'Cory McLaughlin. Peje going back into a 2-3 zone. Interestingly, they actually have Kosasi at the back center. Miller for a 3, and again, sinks it. And now gives them a 9-point lead. Second biggest lead of the game for the Broncos. Well, McLaughlin again, pulling up for 15. And the bank is open as he now moves up to 11 points. Peje's only player with double figures. Well, Miller made the last 3, and again, he is cooking. Well, no need for Reggie when you've got Ian. Oh, Withy having to work for that. Tolbert, good defense. Withy diving on the ground, fighting for it. But again, it's all down to JT's defense. And here comes Battisbold. Bumps in the lane, goes in. And now Peje don't have the numbers. McLaughlin asking people to run with him. Oh, you can just see right there. JT fronting Jeff with in the double block, and then you've got Azbaya coming ready for the double team. At that point, Agassi's got to understand. Penetrate, don't go for a post entry. Kosasi's going to go to the bench. Reza Guntara coming into the lineup. Kosasi still scoreless so far, also does have 2 fouls. Guntara finding Agassi. McLaughlin pump fakes. With you in the paint. Bumps. He's unable to get the ad one, but it's going to be another trip to the free throw line for Pelita Jaya. And that's much better by PJ because you can see Broncos chasing them on the perimeter, which I still don't understand why, because PJ have yet to make a three-pointer. Until they make that first three-pointer, they're not going to be a threat to you. But where Broncos have let themselves down, they've shown extreme vulnerability by allowing the ball either from the backcourt through a penetration or a post entry. PJ's not a team you can sleep on, I promise you. Well, re-entering the game for the Broncos, Sandardoc also has 2 points so far tonight. But Jeff Withy now at the free throw line. Because he already missed one tonight, but the best he can do is try to cut it down to 7 points. Well, sellout crowd, of course, here tonight at the M-Bank Arena. Final 4 after 24 games, 5 windows, 8 teams. But now only one more will be able to qualify for BCL Asia's. Withy makes both of them. PJ 12 out of 15 already from the charity stripe here in the first half. Agassi trying to stay with Miller. 10 here on the shot clock. Miller now looking to attack down the middle. Makes a bit of contact again. Somehow, some way, Miller just makes the impossible. Agassi had the 3. PJ's going to patiently try to build something. Guntara. Well, completely loses control of it. And now Broncos looking for that biggest lead of the game. He's going to be the nightmare in the backcourt, trying to handle Ian Miller. There's a kick out. Batispol, corner 3 is up. Withy secures the rebound. 1-4.5 here in the first half. McLaughlin, turnaround. He has 11 points, make it 13. He also has 7 assists. Because he's averaging 15.5 so far here in BCL Asia East. Seven-point deficit. Over 4 minutes left. Well, nice pass found in Tolbert. Guntara coming over the help side. But to no avail, simply too dominant by JT. Well, Tolbert's got 5 points. And unless you dull him in the paint, the outcome's going to be inevitable. Well, Withy tries a 3. And PJ still 3-pointless. Now 0 for 7. Miller's made 2 here in the second quarter. And good night, Ulaanbaatar Mongolia. Zugir, baby. And he's getting the crowd into this one. Broncos with their biggest lead of the night. Well, PJ needs something from this offense. Withy trying to battle with Tolbert. That's going to remain PJ Bull. 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. It's Chris McCullough, Muhammad Origi coming in. So McLaughlin and Reza Guntara will go to the bench. Well, he's on fire. You might as well play a box and 1. 17 points already here in the first half of Ian Miller. And I stand corrected. He's made 3 here in the second quarter. He's got 5 3-pointers in total. Well, McCullough had to get it off in time. It's going to be out of bounds, or a 24-second violation, actually. Well, it looks like the Broncos are going to call timeout. They're in control of this, leading by 12 points. trying to avenge the defeat against Pelita Jaya in round 1 of the BCL Asia qualifiers last year. We'll be back in just under 1 minute.
One and horse JC, okay? Just those three. One.
Where I'm at the 3?
One. Yes, you got a 3. One horse JC. Айч пресс шагаа доошоо унчих юм бол head байж болно. Цаг байх юм бол 15 секунд байх юм бол JC.
55 shoot 3 all game.
Hey, Sasara. Hey. You know on up stream байна. On up. No trap. Just green. Masha. Green. Let's go, wide. In corner rуу ягсаа чи шүү гинди. Jordan, okay? Антаа амраад гатанд орсон. Let's go.
Welcome back, fans. 3:02 to go here in the second quarter. Jaya trailing against the Broncos here in the BCL Asia East Final Four. Just listen to these home crowd fans. These Mongolian fans of the Broncos seeing their team win 4-2 against Bishrelt Metel, also a rival here in BCL Asia East. As now we're just over 3 minutes. Batispo coming off one screen. Finds Sandador. Sarula Dam wide open for 3. PJ come up with it. They've got to get it down to single digits going into the halftime break. Gassi going in, but suffocated defense by Batispold. And now he wants to run. Withy trying to catch him. Well, Batispold played defense and went coast to coast. I'm just surprised nobody was able to catch up with him. McCullough tries to keep this one alive, draws a foul. He'll go to the free throw line. Oh, it's been a tough second quarter, especially here in the second part for PJ. Oh, look at this. Coast to coast. How do you say that one in Mongolian? Not a single PJ player able to keep up with him. Well, Chris McCullough just getting something treated. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he's going to come back to the charity stripe. If he had a stub finger or something, but chance now to cut it down to 12 points. Because he also has experience playing in BCL Europe. That was back in 2020-21 when he played for Lithuanian Giants Rytas Vilnius. Well, he's gone back over to the bench. Well, again, welcome everybody live here at the M-Bank Arena here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Currently, Pelita Jaya trailing by 13 against the Broncos. Win it tonight, they'll be going to Dubai in just over a week for the FIBA BCL Asia Final Tournament. It's McCullough now at the free throw line. PJ after shooting so well now, 5th missed free throw of the night. Miller now looking for an ISO. 17, got it by Origi. Finds Tolbert. Well, it's going to be a turnover. Origi comes up with it. Saldali. Well, Miller does a good job of matching up with bigs. Agassi getting closed out. Goes baseline, penetrates, and again, smooth play by Gontara. That's his second field goal of the night. Of course, was an unsung hero in Game 3 of the IBL Finals last season against Satri Muda. Well, Miller's got 17. Unable to get this one. McCullough gets a rebound. PJ with a chance to cut it down to single digits. Well, blocking foul is going to be called. Well, it may be a delayed call, but I think it's definitely the right decision. Not quite sure the home fans here in Ulaanbaatar agree, but And it's the right call. Whether you call it yesterday, now, or tomorrow, it's the right decision. Well, Chimaga coming back into the lineup. Ian Miller will go to the bench, so quite a big lineup. And probably this is to try and match up with both Chris McCullough and Jeff Withey. Outstanding performance tonight from Ian Miller. 17, 5 3-pointers converted already. As McCullough makes the first one. Because he's got 4 rebounds along with the 6 points, but I don't think anybody's concerned about getting either a double or triple-double, tonight. Second free throw good. 9-point deficit, a 4-0 run from Pelita Jaya. Oh, good defense by Saudale. It's not the worst foul in the world because only the 3rd team foul against Pelita Jaya, but you gotta credit Badispald. Nearly turning that one over, but fighting to keep that one alive. Broncos looking to extend their lead. Well, now they're trying to get the switches. Davardoch, top of the key here, defended by Origi. And there's the final foul. And this is where young Muhammad Origi's got to learn part of his game. Yes, they're under a minute, but you want to save that final team foul. I mean, he's got hands all over him. There's no need. There's no need to reach. Because any great international team, the point of focus on defense is to force the team into a tough shot or into a turnover. So now PJ can't, like Broncos, can't foul anymore. Davardoch goes for a 3. It's up. McCullough towers for a big rebound. Well, McCullough. I would say Chris McCullough is a very lucky player. And I'm not going to argue that the call is wrong. The call is right. I think he was fouled on the way down. But watch McCullough when he goes to the ground. Watch here. Wow. The original call is right because when he went to the ground, he had positioning. I don't know if it was Chimaga. Somebody was within his landing area, but I'd say he's a very lucky player. But this is good for PJ. Chance to cut it down to 7 points if he can make these 2 free throws. Pelita Jaya have taken 20 free throws tonight. Cullen makes the first one. Of course, of those 21 free throws they've taken, Corey McLaughlin's made 7 out of 9. So they're doing a good job of, putting the defense under pressure. Second one good. 7-point deficit. It's a 6-0 run for Pelita Jaya. And I think Coach Justin Tatum's going to call timeout. We're live here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Second semifinal, which one of these 2 teams will go to the BCL Asia in Dubai in just over a week. We'll be back in just under 1 minute.
Now, those shooters are in. 44 is not in. So we're going to go 12 right now. Back to Cuse. Back to Cuse. All right, watch the 2 for 1. Man, I just don't want no straight line fucking drive. All right, Vincent, play the wing. Jeff, play the middle for me. All right, protect the basket. Okay, if they do a quick shot, at the end of the day, if we get a quick one on the back end, it got to be a layup. If not, set something up. You got me? I prefer gas. You get the ball, we go and stagger for J-Rock. You got me if they're in a man. So, Jeff, you second. Jeff, you first. Vince, you're second if we go stagger. J-Rock comes, and then Vince will come get you. All right, if we go stagger, we set it up.
Let's play defense first.
12 to Q. Let's go.
Play defense on 3, 1 to 3.
Yo, we in the bonus, y'all.
Welcome back, everybody. 42.6 seconds left. The good thing about those 2 free throws made by Chris McCullough is if PJ get a stop here, that could be a 2 for 1. Putting on that 1-2-1 press breaker again, but now you can see Broncos much more organized, tedious in breaking it down. PJ going into a 2-3 zone. 7 now on the shot clock. Tolbert finds Tushigel Beg, takes a 3. McLaughlin comes up with it. Now if you Pelita Jaya, you want to go for the last shot. You don't want to rush anything. And there you can see Coach Justin Tatum saying 1 shot left. Not a lot of time here. McLaughlin still keeps his dribble alive. And again, still a bit of time left. 0.6 of a second. And where you can see Justin Tatum, infuriated with his plays. They should have got this under control a lot quicker to give them more time to get into that bull screen scenario. 0.6 of a second. Broncos don't want to foul. Well, that's going to be a turnover. Trying to go for the lob for Jeff Withey. Well, they go for the long one. Wow. Are you kidding me? I don't know what's more disappointing, the fact he missed the layup or Pelita Jaya's defense again just got caught napping. This would have been touchdown. Incredible. Well, fans, that is the end of the first half. We're going to take a 15-minute break. We'll leave you with stats, highlights, but don't go anywhere too long, as we'll be back momentarily. Welcome back, basketball fans. Live here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia at the M-Bank Arena for the second half. Going up here in the BCL Asia East Final Four between the Broncos, who lead this one currently by 7 points against Pelita Jaya. BCL Asia East, a revamp of the BCL Asia qualifiers, in which these two teams met in a very close game here in round one, in which Pelita Jaya won in very emphatic and dramatic style, which did send the Broncos out. PJ went on to round two, then qualified with Ennis Matrix Deers. But the winner tonight will be the one team, along with Taiyuan Pilots, that ends up going to the 2025 BCL Asia in the City of Gold, Dubai. Oh, BCL Asia, the planned vision by the regional office of FIBA Asia, bringing back the former historic FIBA Asia Champions Cup. And right now we have two teams, respected champions of their domestic leagues. Broncos winning the championship of the league here in Mongolia, most recently against Bishra Metel. And although Pelita Jaya is still in their regular season, they're having to defend the Indonesian Basketball League Championship, still sitting number one in the IBL, just above Dewa United. Coach Justin Tatum probably so-so about his team in the first half. I mean, they went down by as many as 14. They have cut it down to 7. But the key thing for them They still have yet to make a three-point field goal here in the game, but the Broncos have come out like a house on fire tonight. PJ 0 for 7 from downtown, while the Broncos currently 8 out of 19. That's a monumental difference. Miller's led the way with 17. Only go for another quick three, and then make it number 9 for the Broncos as they go back up by 10. Well, McLaughlin bumps, doesn't get the ad one, but he'll go to the free throw line. Well, he's taken 9 free throws so far this evening, Ja'Cory McLaughlin. Leading Pelita Jaya with 13 points, also has, well, currently, McLaughlin said he had 8 assists. He actually has 8 rebounds, my apologies, but he's 2 rebounds away from a double-double. Second leading scorer in the game, right behind Ian Miller. Battle of the 2 dominant guards here in the backcourt. Second free throw, no good. Well, they've missed a total of 5 tonight. Problem for PJ, they can't get anything from the perimeter. That's where they've struggled immensely. Tolbert got it by Kosasi. Kosasi trying to stand his ground. Tolbert misses. McLaughlin comes up with it. And now Pelita Jaya want to run. Well, almost turning it over, but it's going to remain PJ ball on the sideline. Well, McLaughlin baseline, bit of contact, finishes under pressure. Well, they've got to get some more from him tonight. That was McCullough, excuse me. McCullough now indeed with 12 points. He also has 5 rebounds. There's a kick out. Made his last 3. Not going to get this one. And that's McLaughlin's 9th rebound of the game. Tolbert picks up the foul just a little too late to come out and hedge against Ja'Cory McLaughlin. It's only JT's second foul. But you like what Broncos are trying to do. They're trying to put a lot of pressure on the backcourt. Kosasi coming up for high screen. Origi finds McCullough. McCullough down the middle, bit of contact, and Chris McCullough. 4 big points here in the third quarter. Cutting it down to 5 points. Comes up with a steal. Good hustle by Azbayad. And that's not the first time tonight as Tolbert goes in, finishes. Not quite sure what's happened here. Slight delay in game. Well, we have a player down. This is worrying because, well, not sure what's happened here. Battisport is on the floor. Because the Broncos medical staff just going over to see if he's okay. I didn't see what happened. Here's a turnover. Now look at the hustle by Azbayad. Oh, it's just knee-to-knee contact. Well, that was the finish by Jordan Tolbert. Well, McCullough, but you got to appreciate that's 20 years old going up against an NBA draftee, diving on the ground. And what that means is he wants to go to Dubai in just over a week's time. Well, Battisport's still on the ground at the moment. Maybe it was shin-to-shin contact. I'm not quite sure because it's probably ankle, which is a little bit more concerning. Well, we have to wait and hope that he's okay. The officials now, Park Kyung-jun, a referee from the Korean Basketball League, now calling for the substitution, so they're going to have to try to get Battisport towards the bench. Now again, hopefully he's okay. That is the most important thing. 7-point lead to the Broncos. Well, he's going to the bench, and he appears to be looking favoring that leg, but we'll try to keep you updated on his state of play. But PJ have it back, down by 7. Gontada having to play point guard duties. McCullough defended by Tolbert. Finds McLaughlin. Agassi wide open. Page haven't hit a three. Finally get one. And the foul is going to be called against Chris McCullough. Well, that's a huge play by Agassi Gontada, cutting it down to a two-possession ball game. Well, it's great work by McLaughlin coming off the screen and covering a lot of ground and finding a wide open Agassi. Well, McCullough's going to leave the game. He's going to go to the bench because that's his third personal foul. So Jeff Withey's got to come back into the lineup. The disappointing thing about that is McCullough had 4 points. You felt his offense looking more confident here in the third. Origi trying to hang with Ian Miller. Miller off one screen. Finds a wide open Azbayad, gets fouled. And that's either going to be a very good foul or 2 free throws coming up here for Azbayad. You got to appreciate and respect the composure of this young man. Only 20 years old. A former world contender for Taekwondo when he was just a child. And now looking to be the face and future of Mongolian basketball. He's an outstanding athlete. You ever get a chance to meet him and speak with him, he's a very young, intelligent man as well. It was very unusual very unique, I should say, actually, to find such a young player of such elite talent. So cool, calm, and composed. Second free throw good. 6-point lead to the Broncos. Agassi being heavily defended by Ink Bayad. Getting a handoff. Nice go with Withey. Oh my goodness! Tarim Agassi! You knew it was coming! Sama, baby! Jeff Withey just sent an earthquake down to Ulaanbaatar. And now Azbayad one more time! Zugi, baby! Baklad! He's only 20 years old. Well, nice dive from Tolbert and the big-time two-handed rim rocker. Oh, my goodness. Both ends of the floor. Well, you hear the chants from the fans. MVP. I think both dunks were great. 7-point lead to the Broncos. Agassi. So far doing a good job taking responsibility here in the backcourt for Page. Well, Withey just almost turning it over. McLaughlin keeps it alive. Final seconds. Oh, McLaughlin, what a Euro step. And Withey tries to follow up. It's still no good. Now Broncos can try to extend their lead. Miller's still scoreless here in the third quarter. Might not need to be any more. Deep three, and again, everything flying in for the Broncos. 10 three-point field goals made. McLaughlin goes for a quick one. Withey goes in, offensive rebound. Well, that's what they need him to do. Get those second chance points. Cutting it back down to 8. Miller goes right into defense, coast to coast. And that's not the first time Page's defense getting exploited from the open court. And that's having all 5 defenders back in the paint. Well, when you talk about a man who's had just a magnificent career playing in all over the globe. Played in Greece for Prometheus Patras, played in Turkey for Büyükçekmece, also Peristeri in Greece, and played for one of the most historic teams in French basketball, Cholet. Because if you know anything about Cholet, it was the team that discovered and gave the professional debut to one Rudy Gobert. 9-point lead to the Broncos. Well, here's where Pelita Jaya is now taking both Vincent Kosasi and Ja'Cory McLaughlin out. So Sabdali's going to have to play points. We'll see how this plays out for PJ. McCullough also back in the lineup. Finds Withy. Sabdali in the corner. Origi can make these threes, but he's not going to get this one. An offensive foul called against Azbayad for an illegal screen. Whoa. The margin for error here in international basketball, very small. Well, that's a good call. Well, you know, it's a tough one because what he tries to do is pivot and block out, which you do see quite often. But as I said, the margin for error, you've got to time that one to perfection. But it's the right call. And unfortunately for Azbayad, that's his 4th personal foul. Under 6 minutes. Broncos lead by 9. McCullough finding Agassi. McCullough baseline, goes in, reverse layup with the offensive rebound. Still can't get it. McCullough bumps, goes in. Well, Broncos are going to use an elbow, but he does cut it down to 7. The Broncos need to keep on piling on the pressure. Miller coming off a handoff. Now looking to attack. Little teardrop goes in, can't finish. Well, Broncos just want this one a bit. Miller, 5 threes. Make it 6. Cooking time. And that's a difference of wanting to go to the final. Sabdali, baseline, nice pass. Oh, he misses a wide open layup. And now the body language. Here's where PJ, defending champions of IBL, have got to remain composed. Miller again, another kick out, another 3, flying. Well, it was on target. McCullough wants to run in transition. Foul's going to be committed. That's the 4th and final team foul against Broncos. Well, basketball now, Riyadh. There's a 6th three-pointer for Ian Cook. Well, the chef cooking time, Miller. And that's been the difference in this game, the 3-pointers. McCullough gets a seal off, but he's unable to get the ad one, but he'll go to the free throw line. PJ's got to keep it within single digits going into the 4th quarter. McCullough's got 16. So no more fouls for Broncos to give away. This is where Pelita Jaya have been good tonight, continuing to get to the free throw line. They've attempted 24 tonight. They've only missed 5. And if that is what's going to get them to the final, well, they've just got to keep on putting on that pressure. Cullen makes the first one. He's averaged 14 points and 8 rebounds so far. Because only taking 31 free throws coming into this game here in BCL Asia East. Second one good. Well, Tolman's got room and space here against Withy. Now wants to attack. Can't finish. McCullough, big rebound. PJ want to run. Agassi. Tough kick out to Origi. Withy Seeloff. Kicks out. Agassi made 1-3. Big time 3. And cutting it down to a 5-point ball game. PJ have only made 2 3-pointers tonight, and both of them have come from the Indonesian national team player, Agassi Gontara. Well, the timeout is going to be called. Broncos want to talk it over. We'll be back in just under 2 minutes, or 1 minute, excuse me.
Basta 이제 Jordan, 지민이가 아까 걱정으로 아까 걱정으로 저리 그리 get a ball, directly pass to the okay? When you get a ball, take a look at the corner. Both corners. After that, you can play by yourself. Defense, one time. Hey, Barca, put it in the one time. Do the other shoot. Yellow. Score. How much about the other shot, okay? Hey.
Go, hang in. Broncos, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back, everybody, live here at the M-Bank Arena in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. BCL Asia East Final Four, the second semifinal. Pelita Jaya have trailed by as many as 16, but now find themselves only down by 5 points. Of course, they made their first 2 3-pointers in the game from Agassi Gontara. Foul's going to be called, and that's the right call because Sandali just had hands all over Barisbold. Problem with that foul, you're in the penalty. And then the hands right there, I mean, there's no arguments. Well, Barisbold tonight, 4 points. Of course, the greatest game he had was in that opening game against New Taipei Kings at the window in Chinese Taipei. It was their debut game in BCL Asia East. Second season trying to get to the FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia for the Broncos. The team that broke their hearts last year was Pelita Jaya. Barisbold makes both. Now Sal Dali just dribbling into double team, but comes out of it. Now Withy. Origi was wide open, took too long to get the ball to him. Gets it back. Origi goes for 3, and again, crucial three-pointer. Well, Page coming to life here in the third. Under 3.5. Now you can see McCullough trying to help out here with the ball screen. Chimanga with a seal-off. Way off the mark. McCullough another rebound. Page can cut it down to a 1-point deficit. Maybe a one-possession ball game. McCullough for 3. Oh, baby! Punya Jakarta! Are you kidding me? Semangad Page, baby! What a huge turnaround. But now Tolbert responds. And again, it's becoming a three-point cooking show. And Tolbert just tells Page to silence. And Sal Dali just out of control. 4-point lead. Left wide open. Another 3 goes flying. Zugir, baby. Incredible scenes. And where it was a 1-point ball game, now indeed goes back to 7. A 6-0 run coming from the Broncos. Timeout called by Justin Tatum. What an atmosphere we have tonight. This team has been incredible. They have made 13 out of 26 from the three-point line. And if that doesn't get you to Dubai, I don't know what else does.
Dan, start it off. Come and rock off the Iverson. C-Mac go right into it to a slip. Vincent, pop out, go down here and set the screen for, I got audio in the game. Get out the way. So you got to rip it around. Don't set it. Get out of there. You turn because he's not setting it. Get your ass downhill or give it to C-Mac. All right, and turn around, play defense. Play the fucking together. Let's go, man. Come on, man. Let's go. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.
Well, Page worked so hard to get back in this one. They cut it down to a 1-point ball game. And after not hitting a single three-pointer in this game, hitting 4 big ones in the third quarter. But the absence of Andikawa Prastawa, Brandon Giuazzo, James Dickian, who I would also say, well, KG McDaniels, who I would also say has been, in my mind, no arguments, the most valuable player here in BCL Asia East. But still Page competing here on the road. Well, Gassi just almost throwing that one away. It's going to remain possession to Page. 15 on the shot clock. McLaughlin back in the lineup for Pelita Jaya just to give them that stability at the point guard role. McLaughlin finds an opening. Origi made his last three. Another one. Counted! He's going to the free throw line for the potential 4-point play. 5 threes here in the third quarter for Pelita Jaya. The IBL defending champions refusing to go home early. Can he make the 4-point play? Does just that. 7 points for Mohamed Origi. PJ taking Jeff Withy out of the game, going slightly smaller, so Kosasi having a matchup with Jordi Chimanga. Neither team with any fouls to give. Tolbert trying to bully his way in, doesn't get it. Chimanga unable to get the rebound, and Pelita Jaya will get this one back. Down by 3. Neither team with any fouls to give. McCullough coming up for a high screen. Can cut it down to 1. McCullough wants to try it up. No. McLaughlin calling for a clear out. Oh, again, turns it over. PJ just took too long to get into the set. And now Chimanga, got it by Kosasi. Corner double team, steps through, and he'll go to the free throw line. Well, it's just like last year in round 1 of BCL Asia qualifiers. But Chimanga now at the free throw line. Because he really put the entire BCL Asia East on notice in that opening game. Started at the University of Nebraska, because then transferred to Dayton in his senior season, averaged 6.7 and 7 rebounds. Started in the G League with the Cats in charge. Missed both free throws, but remember, he's playing through an injury, which he picked up in the last window. McLaughlin penetrates. Bit of contact, goes in, he cuts it down to a 1-point game. PJ within distance. 16 points tonight for Ja'Cory McLaughlin. Mattisbolt now pick a poppy with Tolbert. Here's a man who's hit quite a few threes tonight. Can't get this one. And now PJ can take the lead. But again, it's another thoughtless turnover. Here comes Tolbert. Throws it down. And it's the same story for Pelita Jaya. It's just panic basketball. They've got to keep things composed. Agassi, another 3. And you got to ask the question, why? Slow it down. 3-point lead to the Broncos. Well, uncontested, wide open, high arc, and again, Zugir, baby. 14 3-pointers made by the Broncos. Sarul Erden. What a sight we're seeing tonight. He's got 15 points. They've all come from the 3-point line. McLaughlin splits the defense, unable to finish. And that's the end of the fourth quarter. But it's only a 6-point ball game. This could go right down to the wire. Well, this man, that came down with snow on it. The negative parabola every time Sarul Erden goes for a 3. There's a high altitude on it, that's for sure. We'll be back in just under 2 minutes. Welcome back, everybody, live here for the final 10 minutes of the BCL Asia East second semifinal, where the Broncos lead by 6 points against Pelita Jaya. The champions of Mongolia's The League against the defending champions of Indonesia's IBL. And what a third quarter we saw. Let me give you some stats tonight. Broncos currently 50% from the three-point line as they've converted 14 out of 28. And where Pelita Jaya was 0 for 7 from the perimeter in the first half, they hit 5 crucial three-pointers in that third quarter. But PJ have had some vulnerabilities here in the backcourt. No Ja'Cory McLaughlin here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Another three in the corner. It was on target. PJ get a second shot. That's where they've got to try to win this one. The offensive rebound count. McCullough spins baseline. And completely, oh no, it's going to be possession. Possession back to PJ. So I think Coach Adiangold is going to go for head coach's challenge. Have a look at the replay. I don't know about that one. I think that's going to go back to the Broncos, but that's just my guess. We'll find out. Well, Park Kyung-jun and Alexei Stepanenko, our two referees from Korea and Kazakhstan, will decide. Well, big decision for our officials. It's a tough one, but I'm not sure how much contact did come. It's a very tough angle to see, and that's the best part of having head coach challenges. Of course, a big shout out to our three referees. Of course, we've had a magnificent team come to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Alexei Stepanenko from Kazakhstan, Park Lee-jun from Korea, Daegu Urashima, who most recently just officiated the Japanese B-League finals at the Yokohama Arena between Utsunomiya Brex and the Ruku Golden Kings. Decision has been made. Successful head coach's challenge, yep. Let's see from this angle. I mean, I thought it was pretty definitive, but well, from that angle, it looks a little bit more dubious, but definitely more concrete from the baseline view. Well, an uncharacteristic turnover, and you can see Ian Miller just saying to his teammates, Batisport and Sarul Erden, let's keep this under control. We got this. Saldale just trying to keep it under control. Oh, Rigi again, got to make that pass high. McCullough had the seal off, was wide open. Good defense by the Broncos. Baseline ball to PJ. Rigi made 1-3 in the third. Can't get this one. Withy tries to go for the tip and gets it. And I'm telling you, second chance points, offensive rebounding, that's where they have the advantage. Still a 4-point lead to the Broncos. Chimanga wants to seal off against Withy, but now Miller with the entire space. Step back, he's hit a lot tonight. Can't get this one. Well, that's a good foul, I think, there, because it just prevents PJ from trying to get anything quick in transition. That one's on Chimanga. That's going to be a second personal foul. That's only the first foul here in the fourth quarter. Well, Gassi now having to play point guard. McCullough with a seal-off. Trying to go for a post-up. Tough pass to Withy. Got to do a better job than that, because that was going to be a wide-open lane for Jeff Withy. Now Miller finds Chimanga, goes in, gets rejected. What a block by Withy. Now Agassi trying to run. Rigi, it took one too many steps. Good hands on defense. Agassi's made two. Big time three. Guantada the Indonesian national team hero. And everything might be a scramble offensively here for PJ, but they're hanging in there. Miller from 18, still can't get it. PJ with a chance to take the lead. Broncos have got to remain resilient on defense. Rackman penetrates, nowhere to go. McCullough had the three, hesitates. That was a good look, but maybe that hesitation just kind of put him off. Still Broncos with a 1-point lead. It's a deja vu moment, just like last year. That's a good call. They're going to call this one against Muhammad Origi. You could see what they were trying to do with Miller. Get Miller to run off a high screen and get him to isolate on the wing. Jordan Tolbert's going to come back into the lineup here for the Broncos. I think, well, if they make this one, it puts him back into play. And again, the threes keep on flying in. Make that number 15 for the Broncos. Have you ever seen a team shoot so well from the perimeter and only lead? Well, now it's 2. Gonzaga having a game of games with 15. 9 of those 15 have come from the three-point line. Well, another 3 goes flying, but again, a huge offensive rebound. That is inspirational. Ikbayar coming up big time. Well, nice little dump down. McCullough, this guy. You could question his motivation, but I'm telling you, he's got a basketball IQ. The backdoor play, catching that lob, converting. That's huge for Chris McCullough. Reading the defense to perfection. Another kick out. Another 3 coming. There's a pump fake. There it is. Huge arc. And Tolbert comes up. Big offensive board. Finds Miller. He'll fire the 3. Oh, baby. This is incredible. This team just has no limits. I don't think you're ever going to find a team light it up like this in BCL Asia East. Gonzaga finds McCullough trying to respond, and both teams exchanging three-point field goals. Well, PJ, and it's their three-point shooting that has kept them in this game. 7 out of 20, and all 7 of them have come here in the second half. Well, Miller's hit 6 of those. Now he wants to ISO. Another kick out. There's a baseline play. One more. Is it going to be? No, I don't think he got it off in time. Well, maybe he did. Oh, McCullough just threw it away. And that was a costly offense there by McCullough. He's been great tonight. Fantastic. 26 points for McCullough, but he's got to do better. Nice hesitation. It's going to be and right there. That's not the first time a Bull's on the ground. PJ's got to want it a little bit more. Loose ball. And a foul's going to be given. That's not a bad foul because it's only the second team foul against the Broncos. Well, Ja'Cory McLaughlin's coming in. This is going to give them the stability because he's got the much rest he needed. 4:44 to go. PJ down by 2. Broncos, it's Operation Hang On. Guess if you want to know the big difference in this game, well, the Broncos have been spectacular from the perimeter. 16 out of 34 from the three-point line. Can PJ tie the game up? Maybe it's the lead with a 3. Rigi tries to penetrate. Time and space from 15, can't get it. Miller now splits the defense. Going in all the way, Asbayat, the follow-up no good. Well, that would have made it a 2-possession ball game. And again, PJ have another chance. again, it's just careless turnover. And Tolbert again does it with a two-handed jam. Well, what a play by Jordan Tolbert. Now giving his team the 4-point cushion. McLaughlin splits a defense, and it's another turnover. Asbayar running in transition. Does magnificently to avoid the traveling violation. Well, Miller now finds an opening. Tries to make the move. Well, foul's going to be called against, and unfortunately, that's the right call. Reggie Mononimba was trying to keep Asbayar. Now watch Reggie Mononimba, number 12. That's a good call. There's no arguments there. Reza Guntara coming in for Reggie Mononimba. And Chris McCullough also coming back in for Jeff Withy. Both teams trying to match player for player. Both going with the natural center. Tolbert in the case of the Broncos. Now McCullough here for Peje. That's going to be a two-pointer flipping the line. Oh, great play by Asbayar. I'm telling you right now, this kid, he's hungry. He's only 20 years old. He's got 10 points tonight. We see him dive on the floor, battling for offensive rebounds, running in transition. And Audi Rackman coming in for Reza Guntara. So another chance here for the Broncos to extend their lead. Well, Batispol for a three. And now it's going to go off of Broncos. So Peje will get it back with 3:23 to go. Peje needs stability here in their offense. They've got to get something. Lafani Origi. Origi now, it's going to be a traveling violation. Good call. And this is just the inexperience in the backcourt. Mohamed Origi, bless him. I mean, he's a good player. But when you put into a game as high as this, Vincent Kosasi coming in for Audi Rackman. Broncos with the momentum. Both teams 2 fouls to give. Now we're under 3 minutes. Now Miller looking to attack. Nice. Oh my goodness! Good night, Ulaanbaatar Mongolia. That gave me nostalgia of Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal back in 2000 against the Portland Trail Blazers. What a throwdown. I want to see the replay of that. Take me back to 2000. The late great Mamba, Shaquille O'Neal, in Game 7 against the Trailblazers. If that isn't reminiscent, I don't know what is. Huge play. Still time here for Peje. Only down by 6. Agassi's made 3. Can't get this one. And could the Broncos smell victory? Could they be seeing the beautiful skies of Dubai? Well, the three's not going to go. But again, it's Asbayar just making himself a nuisance against Pelita Jaya. And that point there, I mean, it's a bit of luck because it falls right into his hand, but you got to say to Peje, you got to put a body on him. You got to box him out because he's killing you in ways where he doesn't have to score. Seven now here on the shot clock. Miller looks to attack. Final second for Ian Miller. Tough fadeaway, goes in. Oh no, can't get it. Jaya come up with it. Now we're under 2 minutes. Down by 6. McLaughlin thought about the 3. Congestion here. Agassi's got to go up. Well, finds McCullough. Can't get it. Good defense. Bit of contact. Still can't get it. 4th time lucky. And Chris McCullough, 28 points. Refusing to give up. 90 seconds to go. You got to think here, a bucket would seal the deal. But it's another turnover. Can Jaya find the resolve? Wow. Home crowd wanted something. Not sure they're going to get it. McLaughlin inside the paint, steps through, gets rejected. And here we go. Battisbold is going to go up and make it a 6-point ball game with now just a minute left. Timeout's going to be called by Pelita Jaya. What an ending we're going to have. Incredible scenes here in Mongolia. Oh, look at this. As by yard, not in my house. Well, timeout's called by Pelita Jaya. We will be back in just under 20 seconds. Welcome back, everybody, live here at the M-Bank Arena in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. 1 minute and 1 left here in the 4th quarter. The Broncos lead by 6 against Pelita Jaya. A rematch of last season's round 1 of the BCL Asia qualifiers. Pelita Jaya's got to go quickly here because ideally if you go for a 3, you make it much easier to get a defensive stop down the other end. Well, settle Den. Hot screen set. Get no foul called. McCullough's got to take this one. Huge 3. Doesn't get it. And it was a good look, but he was unable to finish. Well, Broncos can smell it. They're almost there. Tolbert, mismatch, turns it over. And that's the foul committed. And now with Jaya, you've really got to go for a 3 now, and you've got to go quickly because you only have 9 seconds difference between game and shot clock. I think the question Coach Justin Tatum's asking, that wasn't a natural play, he thinks. Jaya do have 1 foul to give, but they must score here. Origi, huge 3, gets blocked. Rackman comes up with it. And there's the take. No foul call, good defense. Well, here you go. Here you go. You can hear these fans in the M-Bank Arena live in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. It's almost finished. What scenes we have here tonight. Final team foul committed. Broncos, job is complete. Mongolian basketball will be represented at the FIBA BCL Asia. Listen to these fans. Incredible scenes tonight here at the M-Bank Arena. The champions of Mongolia's domestic league, the league, have indeed qualified. Congratulations, Broncos. They're heading to Dubai, and they're heading to the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. What scenes we have here tonight. Incredible basketball played from the Broncos, and it's all over. Well, I'll be heading courtside to meet with the player of the game. which indeed will be Azbayar. What incredible scenes. Well, don't go anywhere as I'm going down courtside to meet with him. Great finish from the Broncos. I'm here with the player of the game, Azbayar. First of all, congratulations. Broncos going to the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. What does it mean to you?
Маш чухал хожлыг авч чадлаа. Энэ бол коучсоо сонслоо Монголын түүхийг бүтээж байгаад бол маш их баярлж байна. Бас багийнхнаар бол бүр маш их бахархаж байна.
What does this mean for Mongolian basketball? BCL Asia for the Broncos. How big is it for the country?
Мэдээж маш том лиг. Одоо манай ах нарын бас хүсэж мөрөөддөг байсан лигт ингээд ах нартайгаа хамт нэг ингээд зүтгэн явж байгаад бол маш их баяртай байна. Гэтэ бол дуусгаагүй ажил үлдсэн байгаа. Одоо ер нь цаашдаа илүү нэгтрнаа л гэж бодож байна.
Баярлалаа.
Баярлалаа. Фэнүүдээ баярлалаа.
Hey, you gotta do Miller as well. Miller. Miller's coming in.
Энэ Монголын дундамадрот эмэгрэндээ хүрэлцэн ирж Монголынхаа багийг дэмжсэн үзэгч та бүхэндээ баярлалаа. Хасаарууд багийн үнэн шүлэн дэмжигчдээ баярлалаа. Игөө түүхэн
I'm now here with the chef, cooking it up tonight from the perimeter. First of all, congratulations, qualifying for BCL Asia. What does it mean to you, your team, and these magnificent fans?
This is why I came to Mongolia. It means a lot. You know, it's a lot of emotions going right now to be the first in Mongolian history to advance this far. We just want to keep making the fans proud and keep taking Mongolia basketball to the next level.
Now, of course, qualifying was big, but I know your teammates, expectations will be high. What do you expect going to Dubai?
We're trying to win. You know, that's all we have our mind set on is perfection. And that's what we came here to do, and that's what we're doing so far.
Your final message to all the Broncos fans tonight, what would it be?
Show up tomorrow and let's get this win.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the post-game press conference for the Basketball Champions League Asia East game between Broncos versus Pelita Jaya basketball team. Broncos beat Pelita Jaya 85-79. We now have with us the Pelita Jaya team coach Justin Ward-Tatum and player Chris McCullough. Coach, can you please give us your comments about the game?
Yeah, I want to first tip my hat off to the Broncos. Coach Ordine and his group did a really good job of preparing and coming out and playing well. It was just unfortunate that I felt that FIBA put such of a non-experienced referee group on our game to where two really good teams are playing hard, and the calls that they missed or allowed to go one-sided one way gave the Broncos a little edge and momentum at times. But you can't blame or fault those guys, for their inexperience at that time. My group could have, took care of the ball more, giving up 16 threes. It was unfortunate for us. Playing catch up for majority of the game is something that we did not expect to do. We knew this was a tough environment to play in. But I tip my hat off to my guys for giving me 40 minutes of their best effort. So we're focused. I'm glad everybody is healthy, and just wish that we probably would have had better experienced people to be able to officiate a game like that instead of the ones we had. But tip my hat off to Broncos. They did a good job, and good luck to them in Dubai.
Okay. Chris McCullough, can you also give us your comments about the game?
Very tough game. We knew coming into the home court, the home team, that they're going to have a little bit of edge with the crowd, the fans. So we really just tried to come out, play hard, match their aggression. But we turned the ball over way too much, and it's unacceptable to win a game like that. You have this much turnover. So, we gave ourselves a little edge right there. And at times we had it, we caught back up. But like Coach said, playing catch up is hard to do when you're on the road.
Okay. A tough loss, but you guys never backed down. So what can you say about the spirit for the team?
We'll build off of it. We'll build off of it. We're still down a couple men. We haven't played in 12 days. We've been here for 4 or 5 days. And just at the end of the day, I'm just proud of my guys, the way they came and gave that effort. We spotted them so many points in the first half. And like I said, we've just been playing catch up. So then I tip my hat off to my guys for the effort. We rest up, try to build and get one tomorrow.
Okay. Well, thank you. This is the end of the first part of the press conference. We will be back soon with the Broncos team. Thank you, guys. Welcome back to the second part of the post-game press conference. We now have with us the Broncos team coach Anand Arambal and player Ian Bennett Miller. Coach, your thoughts about the game?
Okay. Hello, everybody. And I'm really happy to this win. That this is the very tough game, so terrible that we had crossed a very hard situation in this moment. And I'm really happy for it, especially they make the very big history in the Mongolian Basketball League. Firstly, then I'm really proud of all my players. They are strive on the court. They did their best on the court. Yeah. Thank you, everybody again.
Ian Miller, can you please also share about your thoughts about the game?
We came in with one mindset, and that was to make history again. And everybody joined together. We played our roles. We followed the game plan, and we just came out and fought, and we got the win. Now we're taking another step higher for another step forward for Mongolian basketball.
I now have a question for the both of you. To win a close game like this against the opponent who beat you last year, to clinch a BCL Asia debut at home, how special was this win? Was it special?
It's just the next game for us, and we want to be perfect. And right now we 7-0, but we come in every day with the same mindset to get the next win and the next win. So I don't think anybody was thinking about the loss last year. Everybody was just thinking about taking the next step forward.
I now have a question for the player. What can you say about the three-point shooting for the team in this game? Anything in particular that sparked that?
It's the same shots we take every day in morning shooting and in practice. So when we get in the game, we feel comfortable to take these shots and make these shots. And we all breathe confidence into each other, so it's easy for us to knock down these shots. And when we got the fans supporting us like they were tonight, as they do every game, it's more energy and it's easier for us to knock them down.
Okay, thank you, Anand Arambal. Thank you, Ian Bennett Miller. The post-game press is officially over. Thank you all. It was a good game.